Well, it's now time for 33 Rob Logan.
Yeah, I'm calling Bob to get out of here.
Well, thanks, Luke. Everybody, if you'll direct your attention to the runways, you face the runway coming from the left. This is Mr. Greg Colyer, call sign Wired, AirVenture Airshows of the T-33 Shooting Star. Airshows will showcase the maximum performance and graceful beauty of the Shooting Star. This is America's first operational jet fighter and trainer. You know, it was produced by the Lockheed Corporation and made its first flight in 1948. The grade continues to turn high and to your right. T-33 was developed from the Lockheed T-80 or F-80. It was used by the United States Air Force and the United States Navy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to look closely. It's Greg brings this beautiful, graceful aircraft back in from your right. He's continuing to turn. He will come from your right to your left. Greg campaigns this beautiful T-33 all across the air show circuit, all across our nation. The beautiful example is very historic. Right here, from the right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ace Maker Air Show. Contract with General Lockheed Arnold, in June of 43. 123 men, 23 engineers, and 105 shop workers spent 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, building the first XP-80. The head designer was none other than the famed Clarence L. Kelly Johnson. One of Kelly Johnson's original first aircraft that went on to become the Skunk Works with Lockheed and all the aircraft we know from there. After only 203 days from the contract to the first XP-80 lifting off to dry Lake There. Now, if you look directly overhead, Greg is entering the black as he begins a left turn here. Watch, ladies and gentlemen, as he shows you the beautiful grace that is this T-33 Shooting Star. Now, almost 6,000 of these aircraft were built, including 649 for the Navy. 1,058 for foreign air forces, and Canadair actually built 656 Mark MK3s under license. Now, while the T-33 was the trainer version, the fighter version did see first jet-to-jet aerial combat. And it took place between a P-80 and a MiG-15 in Northwest Korea in an area we all know as Big Alley. This aircraft became a very stable training platform. You can see the tandem seating in the beautiful aircraft as it moves from the right to the left. For years, the United States Air Force and the Navy, but eventually was replaced frontline pilot training in the 60s. The T-37 tweaked, and the Norfolk T-38 Talon began to replace it for undergraduate pilot training. Watch here as Greg continues to circle over to your right, the beautiful T-33 Shooting Star. Well, Greg turns high and to the right. Greg is the owner and founder of Ace Maker Aviation. He's a native Californian. He took his first flight at age 7. He was hooked on flying, and he got his license in 1982 while serving with the U.S. Army, which he served up until 1987. After leaving the service, he worked keeping the skies safe for 27 years with the FAA as an air traffic controller. Now retired, Greg campaigns this beautiful aircraft along with other similar aircraft, not just at air shows, but he flies a lot of dissimilar air combat training with the United States Department of Defense. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is from the right. Get your cameras out. This is Greg Colyer, Ace Maker Air Shows, and the T-33. sponsors that helped him get him to work through the airshow season and have helped him come to us here at AirVenture 2025. Those include Concord Batteries, Strong Parachutes, Wheeler Lighting, and Jim and Airtronics, all for their continued support of Ace Maker Aviation. Now you might ask why Greg is flying the T-33. Well, it goes back to his childhood love for airplanes, and his favorite aircraft as a kid was the Lockheed Shooting Star, America's first operational jet fighter and trainer. And as Greg grew up and got the ability to buy and fly his own airplane, well, you can see it here, ladies and gentlemen, right in front of you. This is Greg Colyer and Ace Maker Airventure. Airshow fans, if you haven't got that perfect picture of this beautiful T-33, hope you can appreciate the history and the legacy that it represents. And we're so honored to have Greg Colyer bring it to us here today at AirVenture 2025 on our first day of a wonderful week ahead. Now get your cameras out. If you don't have that memory yet, this will be your best opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Greg Colyer. Custom adjustment to a very popular song you might know. This is Airshows Hero. The lyrics adjusted specifically. The composers of this song, Greg and Ace Maker Airshows. Here he is.
Make sure your altimeters are on zero.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps it up for Greg Colyer's performance here today. He will circle back around to land in front of you on runway 36. But it's been his honor to be here as part of EAA AirVenture 2025. Greg Colyer, call friend Wire. Ace Maker Airshows T-33 Shooting Star. History coming to you. You don't have to go to the museum and see it fit. Not in motion, but with dust gathering on it, Greg is so honored to bring this historic aircraft to you here, ladies and gentlemen. As he's going to come to the right, your left, landing the aircraft. So Brittany and Luke, as Greg wraps up and lands here, then we've got more in store. We're not near done yet, right?
We have a lot more action in just a moment. You see Bob Carlton out front and incredible plane, a jet sailplane, not one, but two engines on it. After that, we're going to keep Titan, followed up by Red Line Father and Son. Team wrapping things up with the United States Air Force. F-22 demo along with one of my favorites, the Heritage flight with the T-51.
Well, Brittany, for those along the front row, you have to notice all of our performers do a flash down the front of Bill Steins to the right of Bill Steins, widen in the crowd. So if you see our performers come by, they love to interact with you. Be sure to wave and say hello. We call that flap lap. That's right, flap lap. There we go. So be sure Bill Steins working his way down the line to the right. Be sure to give him a big wave. And of course, Greg Colyer to come on the line as well. One of the key things you can see at the canopy is actually over just a little bit. They found out that, we talk a lot about aerodynamic braking, it's easy for us to keep as much energy off the using the wings to help